I want to talk about building a body naturally without using no enhancements and no drugs, and actually building something that will last you a lifetime, right? So for those of you that don't know me, I'm Natty Norway, aka Courtney Fitchy, whatnot. And I've been training for 25 years, completely natural, with only the assistance of creatine, which I cycle on once or twice a year. So I'm just going to be talking about a few of the things that I've done to achieve the physique that I've got, where I'm able to stay lean year round and in shape all the time, literally. It's going to be just tell you basically what I've done. So hopefully it might work for you. You don't have to do this. There's no science behind it, but like I said, it's what's worked for me. And like, it's low maintenance, it's easy work, as long as you're willing to put in the hard work at first, but it gets easier as you go along. So basically, the first thing I want you to understand that with training and with your dieting, it should be kind of treated the same kind of way. We have to try, as natural bodybuilders, we should be using progressive overload with our training and with our eating. That's my personal opinion, you know what I mean? This whole cutting and bulking cycle thing, it's unnecessary for us, It works well for guys who are using steroids because they make crazy gains when they're eating and, they've got the drugs to assist them. But as a natural bodybuilder, I feel like if you're gonna go in this whole bulking and cutting thing, all you're gonna do is get fat. And then you're gonna lose the fat and then go back to where you was previously. So, for me personally, all I've done over the years has been on a slow bulk, progressive overload over time. Like, just doing it very slowly, just eating normal meals, but making sure I'm keeping my training intense, making sure I'm using progressive overload, using a lot of variation within my training. And these are the things that really matter when it comes to training as a natural bodybuilder. It's the progressive overload and the variation, as well as making a routine habit out of your dieting and your eating. Do you know what I'm saying? So say for instance, if you're a person that eats 4 or 5 meals a day right now, how are you ever gonna cut down to eating 3 meals a day if you're constantly cutting and bulking? Your body's never gonna register eating 3 meals a day because you're constantly going up and down of just cutting and bulking. So you staying lean year round is just it's unrealistic. It's not gonna happen. Whereas if you kind of just stay on a progressive overload of your eating, cut back the meals, you know what I mean? Actually take your time with this. So, take your time eating 3 meals a day over an extended period of time, to the point where those 3 meals will be enough at some point, where you've done it and you've made it a routine habit, you know what I mean? And as time goes on, then you can increase the meals, you know what I mean? As long as you're keeping the same shape, the same conditioning, then you can start increasing the meals as you're going along. But this whole cutting and bulking cycle thing, it just doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? If you're using progressive overload with your training, why are you not using it with your eating? Yeah, this is my point, you know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. You wouldn't do this whole cutting and bulking thing with your training, like going to extreme kind of amounts of weights, lifting heavy one week, and then the next week you're lifting light as fuck, not lifting nothing. You're gonna stay lifting in a consistent progressive overload kind of phase, right? But this is just my opinion, guys. It's the way I see things, and it's what's worked for me. Do you know what I mean? This is what I've done for the last 25 years. It's just basically, I don't really diet. I just literally just eat, and I make sure I keep my training intense, using lots of variation. When I'm talking variation, I'm talking about drop sets, I'm talking about partial reps, and using time under tension. We're talking about negative reps, all of that. You need to incorporate all those tools within your training. And like I said, with your eating, the same kind of thing. Make it a routine habit out of your eating and your dieting, to the point where it doesn't feel like it's hard anymore. It becomes normal. Just cut back those meals slowly over time, and then just build from there. But that's just my opinion, guys. You don't have to do this. Like I said, this is what's just worked for me, and I'm just putting my 2 pence in. But anyway, I want you to like and subscribe on all that good stuff, and I'll catch you up on the next video. Cool, guys. Stay natural and enjoy the journey. Don't forget that.